Hello, life travelers, who move through the stars and pathways of this world. I turn to you with love and care to present a divine view about an important topic: separation from individuals and circumstances. On the path of spiritual development, come with me to understand deeply what this detachment signifies. Also, let's find out about the liberty found in releasing past burdens as well as temporary bonds. In the big stage of life, you meet many souls. Some shine their light on your way, while others make it difficult for you with their dark areas. Not being attached to people is not a cold farewell or refusal to connect with humans. It's an action filled with love and approval. It indicates understanding that every meeting has significance and that each bond mirrors your spiritual journey. Through being consciously detached, you give permission to the progression and transformation of life's natural course. This means allowing relationships to evolve and change without clinging or fear. The ups and downs of life could take you past the limits of your comfort zone, bringing about unforeseen lands or new difficulties for which there is no preparation. Letting go of situations does not mean running away from problems. It presents a chance to recognize and accept your core power and natural knowledge. By being detached in an aware manner, one can move through life's storms with elegance and honor, keeping still at their center, even as their surroundings shift around them, constantly changing shape. In detachment, there is an understanding that you are connected to the divine. It's like a divine light that shows you the way in difficult parts of life and gives comfort to your spirit. With conscious detachment, one can accept their divine existence and let their soul dance happily with the rhythm of forever. The concept of conscious detachment is not just a mental idea, but an art that must be nurtured with mindfulness. It necessitates a deep comprehension of oneself and the environment one exists in. Also, it asks for bravery to accept unpredictability and modification with receptiveness and faithfulness. This act represents genuine freedom, giving people the chance to liberate themselves from wanting things too much and being overly attached. Instead, they can welcome their real nature. Conscious detachment is not only a mental idea or theory, it's an art that should be carefully cultivated through mindfulness. It takes in-depth knowledge of yourself and your environment, along with the courage to accept unpredictability and change by staying open-minded and trusting. This act represents authentic freedom. People can break free from wanting too much while also letting go. They are able to embrace their real essence. Conscious detachment is more than just an abstract thought or theory. It's a practice that needs careful cultivation through awareness. Understanding yourself deeply and the world around you requires courage in accepting uncertainty and change. Keeping open trustfully creates authentic freedom, where one can escape from desiring excessively while relinquishing attachment. This enables them to welcome their true nature. Conscious detachment has its foundation in knowing deeply about oneself, as well as understanding the world you exist in. This also takes courage, which comes from being ready for uncertainty plus change. Remaining open-mindedly trusting leads to genuine freedom, where individuals can escape desires excessively while letting go simultaneously, which allows them to acceptfully embrace their true nature. One major thing about conscious detachment is the power to let yourself loose from the burden of past events. To forgive, for others and for yourself, acts as a crucial key that unlocks doors towards rebirth and change. With conscious detachment, you can release painful memories and wounds from the past, permitting your heart to mend itself while also opening up for happiness and liberty in the present. Conscious detachment means to engage completely in the current instant, putting aside concerns about what's to come and sorrows from yesterday. It is in this here and now that you discover genuine joy and inner tranquility. By liberating yourself from disturbances and worries that disconnect you from the reality of the present, every moment can be understood as a gift for experiencing life's beauty and wholeness. Conscious detachment allows a person to appreciate the beauty of universal connection, which is not confined within the limits of the individual self. When one detaches from egoistic identifications and false separations, they can feel deeply linked to all of life. In this area, where everything is united and balanced, you can discover ease, motivation, and a feeling of fitting in that rises above the limitations of mind and body. In fast life, you could be very easily confused by the twists and turns of thoughts and worries. You may forget the importance of the present and lose yourself in these complex mazes. Being consciously detached from everything gives us a chance to rediscover our core identity, welcome calmness within us, and find freedom that exists in this moment. In the area of peace and calmness, we can discover how to open up our real abilities so that we live with genuineness and completeness in this moment. Life is a path filled with problems and hard times, but it also gives chances to become better, acquire knowledge, and change. Being aware of detachment encourages us to accept rough situations in life with faith and bravery, understanding that every test is a chance for our soul to get stronger and come out more robustly fortified. By keeping an accepting mind along with a brave heart, we can transform our difficulties into chances for growth and recovery as we move through the unsettled waters of life with elegance and toughness. When we are caught up in the busyness of our lives, it can be easy to become too active and compulsive. We may forget that finding a balance between doing and being is crucial. Deliberate detachment requests that we slow down, giving ourselves the chance to foster consciousness and mental presence. It encourages a harmonious equilibrium, not only between action and contemplation, but also movement versus stillness. Within this equilibrium resides real happiness as well as plenty of being. Conscious detachment allows us to perceive the deep verity of limitless love, which accepts every form of life with pity and goodness. When we detach from our fears and protections, we are able to fully let in the attractiveness and wealthiness of human connections by approaching others with an open heart and an understanding mind. In this unlimited love zone, we can change our relationships as well as the world around us, making it a place filled with kindness and comprehension for all living things. The core of conscious detachment is the understanding that everything in this world, from relationships to situations, is temporary. Recognizing impermanence helps us release our hold on results and hopes. Instead, we can accept change like a river's flow. From this acceptance of impermanence, we find a deep peace and ease in knowing that nothing remains for eternity. Every moment becomes more valuable to us because it is given only once, creating an understanding of how important it truly is. Conscious detachment is closely connected to the method of mindfulness, the skill of being completely aware in the present time. When we grow our mindfulness, we can observe our thoughts, feelings, and physical experiences without any judgment or connection. This kind of awareness helps us react to difficulties in life with clarity and wisdom, instead of responding instantly due to fear or routine habits. By being mindful, we can stay in the current instant and discover a shelter away from the mind's commotion. Essentially, conscious detachment is about giving up, letting go of the idea that we have control over everything, and placing trust in the universe's intelligence. Surrendering to divine will means abandoning our desire to handle every little detail in life, and instead, handing ourselves over to its current. In this giving up, we discover tranquility by recognizing that there exists a bigger plan at work. It's much more extensive than what our comprehension can grasp. Having faith in divine will let us let go of our fears and hesitations and accept the uncertain with trust and bravery. On the path of life, it is crucial to extend compassion towards not just others, but also oneself. Mindful detachment suggests an approach where each person treats themselves with similar kindness and comprehension as they would offer to a beloved companion. When we take care of our inner child in an affectionate and compassionate way, we create a secure place within us for healing and development. Having self-compassion gives us the strength to handle life's good and difficult situations with elegance and flexibility. It lets us accept our natural value and honor as humans. Conscious detachment says we must appreciate our vulnerability as something powerful and not weak. When we are true and vulnerable, we can create stronger connections with others and with ourselves. Genuine vulnerability helps us develop empathy, compassion, and real intimacy within our relationships. If we let go of controlling or hiding who we truly are, this will make room for genuine authenticity to grow and result in more satisfaction and depth in our life experiences. On this voyage to achieve spiritual freedom, I encourage you to lift up the sails of your soul and steer towards the horizon of divine existence. Detachment from people and events is your lighthouse in the tempest, your compass pointing towards internal liberty. May your spirit dance with joy to the song of foreverness as you accept conscious separation's transformative strength. With infinite love, God.